Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that feels like it's ripped straight from a Hollywood thriller, but it all started with a simple WhatsApp message. Imagine this. You're just going about your day, your phone buzzes, and you see a voice note from an unknown number. You're curious, so you press play, but what you hear sends a shiver down your spine. That's exactly what happened to Kofi, a young graphic designer living in the bustling city of Accra. One Tuesday afternoon, while working on a new logo for a client, Kofi's phone lit up. It was a voice note. He didn't recognize the number, but he figured it was probably a potential client. He put his phone to his ear and listened. The message was short, just under a minute, but the voice was unsettling. It sounded like his own voice, but distorted, frantic, and filled with a kind of desperation he'd never felt. The words were a jumbled mess, talking about a package that needed to be dropped off near the Makola market, a warning about someone named Ajo, and a panicked plea to not be late. Kofi was baffled. It was clearly a wrong number, a message meant for someone else, but the voice, it was undeniably his. He played it again and again. The pitch, the cadence, the way the speaker pronounced certain words, it was a mirror of his own speech, just laced with sheer terror. He tried to laugh it off. Maybe it was a prank. Some new AI voice cloning app his friends were messing with him on. He messaged back, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong number," but the message never delivered. The account seemed to be gone, vanished as quickly as it had appeared. He tried to get back to work, but the voice note echoed in his head. The mention of Makola Market, one of the busiest, most chaotic places in Accra, stuck with him. The name Ajoa also rang a bell. His cousin, who he hadn't seen in months, was named Ajoa. He shook his head. No, it had to be a coincidence. There are thousands of Ajoas in Ghana. It was just a weird random event. He decided to forget about it and focus on his deadline. The next day, things started to get strange. Kofi was scrolling through his social media feed during his lunch break when a post caught his eye. It was from his cousin, Ajoa. She had posted a photo of herself holding up a new dress, with the caption, "Picking up a special package for the party this weekend. Can't wait." Kofi's heart skipped a beat. A special package. The words from the voice note came rushing back. He felt a cold knot form in his stomach. This couldn't be happening. It was just a coincidence, right? A very, very specific coincidence. He called Ajoa immediately. When she picked up, she sounded cheerful and excited. He tried to sound casual. "Hey, saw your post. What's this special package you're picking up?" She laughed. "Oh, it's nothing, just a dress I ordered. I'm heading to Makola Market to get it from the tailor this afternoon." "Why, you want to come Makola Market?" The same place mentioned in the voice note. The knot in Kofi's stomach tightened. "Ajoa, be careful," he found himself saying, his voice a little shaky. "The market is so crowded, just watch out." She brushed off his concern, telling him not to worry so much, and hung up. Kofi couldn't shake the feeling of dread. Was he going crazy? Was he letting a stupid prank dictate his reality? He played the voice note for the 10th time. The desperate, panicked tone of his own voice sent chills down his spine. Don't be late. What did that mean? Late for what? He decided he couldn't just sit there and do nothing. He grabbed his keys, left his apartment, and headed straight for Macola Market. If it was all just a crazy coincidence, he'd feel foolish. But if it wasn't, he didn't want to think about it. The market was a sensory overloader whirlwind of people, noise, and smells. Thousands of vendors shouted, shoppers haggled, and the air was thick with the scent of spices and grilled fish. Finding Adjoa in this chaos would be like finding a needle in a haystack. He tried calling her, but the call went straight to voicemail. Panic started to set in. He began pushing through the crowds, calling her name, his eyes scanning every face he passed. He remembered the area where many tailors had their shops and started moving in that direction. As he navigated a narrow alleyway, he saw it, a small, familiar-looking package wrapped in brown paper, lying on the ground next to a discarded fruit stall. It looked exactly like the kind of wrapping his cousin's favorite online store used. His blood ran cold. This couldn't be real. He looked around, his heart pounding in his chest. A few meters away, he saw two men in dark clothing whispering to each other, their eyes darting around nervously. They seemed to be watching the package. Suddenly, everything from the voice note clicked into place. This wasn't about a dress. The package was something else entirely. A drop, a deal. And his cousin Adjoa was about to walk right into the middle of it, thinking she was just picking up a dress. The voice note wasn't a premonition, it was a warning. But from who and how? Kofi knew he had to act fast. He couldn't confront the men directly. They looked dangerous. He saw a group of market security guards nearby and ran towards them, frantically explaining the situation. He played them the voice note, his hands trembling as he held out his phone. "That's my voice," he said, "but I didn't send it. My cousin is in danger. We have to find her." The guards were skeptical at first, but the genuine terror in Kofi's eyes and the bizarre evidence of the voice note convinced them something was wrong. Just as they started to move, Kofi spotted her. Adjoa was walking towards the alleyway, phone in her hand, smiling as she navigated the crowd. She was heading right for the package, and the two men were starting to move towards her. "Adjoa," Kofi screamed, his voice raw with panic. She looked up, surprised to see him. In that split second of distraction, the security guards swarmed the area surrounding the two men. Confusion erupted. The men tried to run, but they were quickly apprehended. It turned out the package did contain a dress, but taped to the inside of the box was a small, discreet envelope filled with illicit substances. The men were part of a smuggling ring that used unsuspecting people as mules, sending them to pick up what they thought were harmless deliveries. Adjoa had been set up, and if Kofi hadn't been there, she would have been caught in a crime she knew nothing about. But the biggest mystery remained unsolved. The voice note, who sent it, and how did they use Kofi's voice? To this day, Kofi has no idea. The number was untraceable, the account deleted. Was it a version of himself from a different timeline trying to prevent a tragedy? Was it an incredibly sophisticated tech setup by someone who knew what was about to happen? We may never know, but one thing is for sure. A random wrong number saved his cousin's life and plunged Kofi into a mystery that defies all logical explanation. What do you guys think? Could this have been a message from the future? A guardian angel using modern technology? Let me know your theories down in the comments. It's one of the most chilling and fascinating stories I've ever come across. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Stay safe out there.